Somebody wanted Jennifer and they took her.
Instantly, I was thinking something's wrong.
Well, tonight, a cold case involving a murdered teenager is getting new attention. Our I-Team's Andrea Lucia taking us through the investigation that started 40 years ago with the detective who isn't just solving cases here in DFW, but all across Texas and the nation.
My name is Jeff Day. My sister was Jennifer Day. She was about 2.5 years younger than me. She was well-liked. You know, she made good grades in school, had lots of friends. Back then, you know, everybody had a part-time job. And I mean, it's just what you did. And it wasn't unusual for somebody who was 14 or 15 years old to have a part-time job working weekends. It's called Preston Road Donuts. It's about a 5-minute walk from the house.
Okay, set the scene for me here. This is where the donut shop was.
Back in 1985, the donut shop would be in this area. The door is going to be just to the left of this column right here. Around 6:20 in the morning, a customer comes in and talks to Jennifer, and within the span of about 15 minutes, Jennifer disappears. By 6:35, another customer is coming in, and Jennifer is nowhere to be found. You know, we have at the scene, we have evidence left here. You see an apron left on the ground, but you do see her purse inside. It's got money, you see her jewelry, and we know we're working with a very short time frame.
I remember sleeping and my mom waking me up at around 7 or 7:30 and asking if I knew where she might have gone. And then I drove up to the shop and I saw the police cars there as they were, you know, taking fingerprints. Instantly, I was thinking something's wrong.
Investigators say a witness across the street from the donut shop saw a car speeding from the store around the time Jennifer disappeared. The car is described as a '77 white mid-sized GM.
So the witnesses described seeing a male and a female with blonde hair getting into a car in the parking lot, both coming into the driver door area, kind of consistent with someone being taken against their will from inside this donut shop. And they don't really talk about what direction the car left, but what we do know is that Preston Road to the north is going to be this direction. And that's where 3 days later, Jennifer is found up in Plano.
It was shortly after 7 this morning when 2 construction workers spotted the nude, decomposed body of a young girl. She was lying near a construction site in Plano, south of Highway 121, just east of Preston Road. An aerial search turned up no evidence, but autopsy results released about 30 minutes ago show the body is that of 14-year-old Jennifer Day. Police say she suffered multiple stab wounds to the neck. The young girl would have been in the 9th grade next year. Her friends say she was working part-time to help her parents pay school expenses. Police this evening say they have no strong leads in her murder. No suspects.
About a year and a half ago, I started thinking more about this. So I just decided to reach out to the Plano Police Department. I sent an email to the chief of police, let him know who I was, and asked if, you know, if there's a way to revisit the case and try to look at some of the evidence with some of the new technology they have and see if, you know, we could put some additional closure on the case.
But you had already been looking into it when he emailed?
So it was a case that I was already familiar with, but then when you hear that brother, when you see that email from the brother, it just kind of sparks you. It gets you going like, this is who I'm working for. So what we see with one thing, victims are underreported. There are a lot of these cold case victims that I've come across and I've done a Google search and their name doesn't exist. They don't exist on the internet. Who's talking about their case? And so that's one of the first problems I chose to tackle with our organization. Solve the Case has created a homepage for victims. So victims can't be forgotten. Their names are going to be visible. Their names are going to be searchable in Google, and we're going to see their pictures and their case circumstances. If you're a family, you need to add a case, if you're law enforcement, we're going to go in here and we're going to walk you through what are the things that you should know about. It's organized with her photo. Here's some brief information about the case.
You really kind of harness the internet in a way.
Absolutely. We're trying to think of how can we use the power of the internet as a collaborative approach to bring things together. How do we tie family in responsibly with law enforcement? How do we tie community members in responsibly? How do we bring in even cyber sleuths looking at cases, not doing investigative work, but doing organizational work? And if we all talk about that and we all start working on that, essentially it puts victims at the center of everything and it makes them the priority.
I mean, it would be nice to have closure. I think it would be nice. I think it would mean a lot to the community to be able to know who did this.
Jennifer Day's murder is one of several cold cases that Plano police is bringing new attention to in hope of generating leads. The department actually has a wall with pictures of victims in unsolved cases. They also have a public webpage with information on these cases. Jennifer is highlighted there and on the Solve the Case website, which again, Detective Benzik operates completely separate from his job at the department. You can see, though, he's using the same techniques and skills. You can scroll through thousands of cases on the site, search them by name or location, and join the discussion on forums there.
Yeah, it's so interesting to have this platform now. How successful do we know that website to be?
Yeah, I mean, pretty successful. A tip to the site led to the capture of a fugitive wanted for a man's murder in Bandera, just north of San Antonio. That suspect was found in Oklahoma and is now awaiting trial.
Andrea Lucia with the I-Team. We always learn more when you are here. You can find our coverage on that case on Jennifer Day and on the Solve the Case online website. It's all posted at cbsnewstexas.com.